All right, y'all, welcome to the show. Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. Got an awesome show for you today. So first of all, there's a clip that's been floating around on Twitter for a while, and it just crossed my radar, and I have to talk about it because it's a badass clip. And it's, you have a Democrat who's fighting and leading the way on how to campaign. So there's definitely a lesson in here. We have Alex Jones, who makes a claim that is absurd even for Alex Jones. I know that that's a super high bar, but he cleared it. He cleared it like in somebody in the Olympics. We also have a story about how the myth of Trump's invincibility is just that. It's a myth. And in fact, there's a fact that I have to share with you, which shows he's perhaps even clearly on the decline. So a lot of stuff to get to. Let's go ahead and jump right into it here. So Representative Katie Porter was in one of these financial hearings in Congress, and she led the way and showed Democrats how it's done. So let's take a look at the video and we'll break it down as we go.
According to this chart, what is the biggest driver of inflation during the pandemic? The blue is the dark blue is the recent period.
It would be corporate profits.
And what is that percentage?
It is 54%, and that number does stay that level of high if you update that number to more recent numbers as well.
So over half of the increased prices people are paying are coming from increases in corporate profits.
Yes, the unit price index is reflected in corporate profits as opposed to other costs.
And how does that compare to historically to other periods of inflation or over other periods of economic time?
As reflected there and in other analysis, it is significantly higher in this recovery, 11.5%.
And what is it today?
53%.
So I want to make sure everyone in America understands this chart. What is a unit labor cost?
The cost, wages and associated work costs.
So we could just wages. What is a non-labor input cost?
A variety of things, including maintenance and investments.
Okay, so I have to buy the stuff to make the widget. I have to have a factory. I have to keep the lights on. I have to hire someone to make the widget. That's this stuff. And this is what I add on top.
Goddamn. So in a matter of under a minute and 30 seconds, she busts up a whole bunch of economic myths and lays it bare that the real culprit here when it comes to inflation is corporate profits. It's a complex picture, and so that's not the only factor here, but it is true when Democrats point out, hey, inflation is a global phenomenon. Now, why is it a global phenomenon? Well, very simply, we had a global pandemic, and that global pandemic messed up supply chains all around the world. So we're actually faring quite a bit better than many other countries when it comes to inflation, but we still have relatively high inflation compared to other times in American history. And so, but Katie Porter's argument here is more than half of inflation is just corporate profits. And this is something, credit to Matt Stoller, who's big economy guy. He's into monopolies and discussing them. He hates monopolies, but he's into, dissecting politics as it pertains to monopolies. And he said a long time ago, like probably a year ago, maybe even more, that at the time, 60% of inflation was just driven by corporate profits. And so this is the rebuttal to the right-wing argument against Democrats in the midterms when it comes to inflation. What do they say? They just keep clonking Democrats over the head. Inflation, 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 economy, economy, economy. And they don't even need to make an argument. That just the point is, you're in power, there's inflation, we would be better. We would fix it because we are not you. That's the argument. But hold on now. Look at the specifics. The specifics are the supply chain and corporate profits are the biggest culprit here. Well, when it comes to the supply chain, Democrats are onshoring 350,000 jobs. So that would help with inflation. On the corporate profits front, what are Republicans going to do to fix that? Nothing. In fact, their economic plan is exactly like Liz Truss, who was just ousted as Prime Minister of the UK in record time because she implemented her policies and tanked the economy. What did she do? Deregulate, cut taxes for the rich. Got rid of the cap on bonuses for bankers. Deeply unpopular thing to do, ever. Never mind at a time like right now when regular people are struggling over there. She's already out. She was already kicked out. She had literally a 10% approval rating. So the Republican plan is Trussonomics. It's her idea. It's Reaganomics. It's the same thing. Cut taxes for the rich, deregulate, and they think somehow this would fix inflation. But of course it wouldn't fix inflation. So what's the solution? The solution is onshore jobs, which Democrats are currently doing. But more importantly, windfall profits tax. That's the answer. Windfall profits tax. That's what you need to do. Tax the corporations, give relief to the American people. So this should be the argument. Katie Porter is showing the way here. Now imagine if all the Democrats were on the same page in rebutting Republicans in this campaign. And they all said the same thing. The problem is corporate profits. We are going to do a windfall profits tax and give relief to the people. You are not going to do that. You are corporate stooges. You want to cut their taxes more. You want to deregulate them more. You want to make the problem worse. We are here to fix the problem. You're here to exacerbate the problem. But of course, it's really only Katie Porter. Very few others are talking about it, or if they do talk about it, it's not as in clear terms as it is when Katie Porter talks about it. And again, this is the biggest problem with the Democrats at this point in time is total lack of message discipline. Because the fact of the matter is, they do have things they could point to and brag about. Hey, we did student loan debt reduction. We are materially helping working class people. Hey, we're pardoning nonviolent drug offenders at the federal level. This is going to make thousands of people better off and make it so they can get a job. We're in the midst of descheduling marijuana and removing it from Schedule 1. This is going to help people. You know, you could talk about various provisions of the Inflation Reduction Act that help. They can make an argument, hey, if you vote for us, we're doing a windfall profits tax and we're doing the child tax credit. We're going to get the child tax credit through. So vote for us, give us 2 more senators. This is exactly what you get. Vote for those guys, you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting people who are in favor of cracking down on abortion even more, in favor of getting rid of gay marriage, in favor of banning contraception, allowing states to ban contraception. This is what they're in favor of. So they want to crack down on your freedom while serving the plutocrats yet again. So phenomenal argument here from Katie Porter, and Democrats should take note of this. Look, you really need message discipline. You need to get on the same page. You need to rebut the attacks coming at you because, unfortunately, right now the Republicans are dictating the terms of the election. And Democrats have made up the entire difference with the deficit in the polls, but then now the Republicans are surging again. Why? Because all they're doing is saying inflation bad and crime bad. And Democrats are not really responding to that. Well, Katie Porter is showing how to respond to the inflation point, and on the crime point, there's an easy solution. You make the argument, hey, we got bipartisan gun reform through. We got the red flag laws in place. You know, we made it so that there's mental health checks now. We're giving more school security. We did that. The other thing is, we want universal background checks. We want to keep guns out of the hands of criminals. They don't. They want guns in the hands of criminals. So we're the ones who are actually tough on crime. This is how you respond to it. But, you know, there is no message discipline. But credit to Katie Porter here. Everybody should follow suit. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.